This conference will now be recorded.
By mistake, I have terminated the machines. Okay, so I am reconfiguring Ansible. I am almost done. I have completed configuring server 2. Let me complete server 3.
Sunil, we said no need to degrade, right, to version 2.
Have you tried without degrading?
I did. Yeah, directly I went to the pip only, directly I installed.
Working? Is it working? Is it working? Dinesh, are you able to configure by using the commands, examples, whatever we are learning? Gopi, did you practice?
As soon as it's working, no need of
Okay.
downgrade.
No need of downgrade.
Yeah.
But let me complete because I have downgraded to few machines. So you are up to date, Gopi? Whatever we have learned configuration. Shell
Yeah.
module,
Yeah.
whatever we have installed, apt module, service module, I think so.
No, I mean that ADOC up to ADOC command I have completed.
Which command?
ADOC command.
Ad hoc commands, right?
Yeah.
That's what we have discussed.
Yes.
Please bear for 5 minutes more. So that will start. The last mission, controller mission.
Sunil, this is Gopi.
Yes, Gopi. Please tell.
Yeah, do you have work experience on OpenShift?
No, no, Gopi.
Okay.
Gopi, you're currently which technology you're working on?
Middleware.
Okay. Which
Yeah,
middleware?
WebSphere MQ, DataPower,
Okay.
IAB, and
So you're planning to shift from, you're planning to
yes,
stay in the same middleware, or you're planning to shift to cloud technologies?
planning to shift. Actually, current or all our servers migrated to going to, IBM Cloud. So planning to.
Maybe I think 7 years back or like 8 years back, MQ series was high in demand, I think so, right?
Yes, yes, yeah,
Huh?
yeah. No, not that
MQ
much.
series, WebSphere administration,
Yes,
these are all rare technologies I used to be. TIPCO.
yes,
Now technologies are changing faster. Okay.
yes.
Previously for freshers, previously in sense talking about 15 years back, freshers used to have, people who completed BTech is having only four technologies they used to have: Java, .NET, testing, and I think SAP. That's it. I'm talking about 15 years back trend or 20 years back trend. General BTech host completely either they used to join Java or .NET. Now the case is completely different.
Actually,
Yes, yes, Ashok.
Maven tool and Scala build tool is completely different. Any idea about Scala build tool?
That's also used to build the artifacts. Okay, but Java is specific. Maven is specific to Java. I'm not sure about Scala.
In my project, they are using Scala.
Okay, your project is built using which technology?
It's a Hadoop,
Okay.
completely Spark.
Okay. You are in which platform, Ashok?
Yeah, actually, I'm in a Hadoop platform. Hadoop admin.
Okay. Anybody from Windows administrator in our batch?
I was long back.
Okay, okay. Prashant, do you know how to install RDS, remote desktop services, on uh, yeah, Not on cloud, I mean on premises.
You need to check then because I've done it in 2003 and
Okay, okay.
quite long back.
If you have any friends, Prashant, who is having good knowledge in Windows Server Administrator, I have some doubts or I need some work with him. So please,
Okay.
if possible, share the details.
Sure, sure, sure. Or else do one thing, na, sir. Share those questions with me. I'll
It's
check
not
out like
question I have.
anything.
We need to do some work with him on the servers. We need
Okay.
to build the RDS server.
Okay, fine. I'll check like in.
It's a small task, 4 to 5 days task,
Mhm.
and we'll be paying for it.
I didn't get you, sir. Wow, you will
No,
be.
it's not questions. It is 3 days or 4 days task, and he will get payment for that.
I'll check like in who is available. Like I mean, actually that particular.
Okay.
Sure, sir. Probably let's see. Like in probably in this week itself, I'll arrange someone. Is there?
Thank you. Okay.
Basically, it's RDS and what else?
That's it. Only RDS.
How many servers?
5 servers.
And sir, which OS? It's 2012 or
It's on,
2016?
it's on the machine is bare metal server is installed with VMware ESXi.
Okay.
Okay. On that, he needs to build RDS servers.
Okay. Got it. Fine. I'll check and I'll let you know, sir. So
Okay, thank
someone
you.
can actually
Nothing,
help you.
nothing serious. Okay, nothing urgent.
No issues.
When you have casual, just a casual discussion. I'm generating the keys because this is controller machine. Copying the keys to 3 IP addresses.
Sunil.
Yes.
I mean, like, what that second command will do, Sunil, like sudo ppa ansible.
There's one more repository that gets added to our local repository. Okay.
Okay, Sunil.
This repository is having some package related to Ansible problem.
Okay, Sunil.
Is Ansible install? Yes. We need to go to the inventory file. Perfect. Machine 1, machine 2, machine 3. Perfect. Now, coming to the last session, what we have discussed on 2nd October. I want to update the apt repository and install Tomcat 8. We have server 1, server 2, server 3. Am I right? And we have controller machine. Right now we have connected to controller machine. I want to update the apt repository in all the machines and then install Tomcat 8. And the Ansible command to do that. So look at this Ansible all. Whenever you are installing software package, obviously we should use which module? apt module. Arguments: name equal to Tomcat 8, state equal to present update, cache equal to s-b for higher privileges. This will install Tomcat 8. This will take some time because the repository needs to be updated. Let's wait. September 27. This was the last example. Now let's switch. See, yellow color. ABT repositories update. That's the reason it's taking time. And then Tomcat 8 has been installed in all the machines. Okay, so I hope you are understanding how to write ad hoc commands and do configurations on the managed nodes using Ansible. Let us discuss about few more modules, okay, in today's session. I want to create a file and folders in the managed nodes. I want to create some files. I want to create some files or folders in the managed nodes. Whenever you want to deal with files or folders, we have a special module called as a file module. Ansible all module, what module I'm using? File module arguments. When you're creating a file, you should mention what is the file name, where you want to create it, isn't it? And this is the file path. And a temporary folder, I want to create a file with the name file. State equal to touch for creating a file. State equal to touch for creating a file. When you do this, what will happen? Please tell me what will happen. Obviously, the file will be created in all the manager nodes. Let's experience it. Yes, you're getting an yellow color. The file has been created. Changed equal to true. No, the file has been created in server 1, server 2, and server 3. If you want to check whether the file is successfully created or not, you can go to any machine. Okay, yes, you can SSH to any machine. Let's say I want to go to this particular machine and want to verify whether the file has been created or not. Sorry. I'm into that particular machine where the file has been created. Temporary directory. Go to that particular temporary directory. You should be able to see the file. Are you able to see the file? Yes, perfect. Exit to come back to control. State equal to touch for creating a file. Similarly, state equal to directory is for creating the directory. File module is not only for creating the files, it also helps in creating directories in all the manager nodes. So when you do this, directory gets created and you get it in yellow color. You don't need to check and verify. The moment you're getting our result in yellow color, that's 100% guaranteed that the directory has been created in all the manager nodes. State equal to touch for creating a file. State equal to directory for creating a directory. State equal to absent if you want to remove. State equal to absent if you want to remove a file or a directory. And here you need to mention the path, whether it is a file or directory, whatever it is. If you mention state equal to absent, that gets removed. Let's experience it. The file 5 which I want to create, which we have created already, I'm deleting it. I'm removing it. Yellow color, the file has been removed from all the managed. No, so file module, the purpose of the file module, every module is having its own importance and its own task. The purpose of the file module is to create files in all the managements. Next.
Sunil, I have a small doubt.
Yes.
If you are deleting a directory, the files inside the directory also will be deleted, or else
Yes.
do we need to
Complete
use?
directory is removed and the files inside the directory is also removed.
Okay, Sunil.
Okay. Yes. Okay, this is one more option in file module. Look at this. To know the current user using which you have connected, you know the command, right? Who am I is the command. Right now you are connected to which machine? Right now you are in which machine? We are in controller machine. Who am I to know the current user using which you are connected? You can easily understand what this command will do. Name equal to file1, state equal to touch will help you to create the file in server1, server2, server3, isn't it? Okay. Now, once the file is created, I want to know the permissions of the file. Once the file is created, I want to go to server1 or server2 or server3. I want to verify the permissions for the file. When you see the permissions, how can you see the permissions? By using ls-l. You go to a particular manager node and look at the file. You'll get the permissions. These are the permissions which are given to the file. The default, the file will have these permissions. Okay, so let's experience it. First, let's create a file. First, let's create a file. File will be created in all the manager nodes. Go to any manager node to see the permissions of a specific file. Go to any manager node. Look at the permissions of that file which we have created. Read, write, read, write, read. As I mentioned here. This is the default permissions of file. I want to change the permissions from the controller. When I'm creating the file, you can define the permissions. This file should have write permission for group, write permission for other. This kind of permissions you can give it at the time of creating the file. Look at the command. The additional thing what we have done, Ansible all, same module, file module, arguments, name of the file, state equal touch. You can define the owner of the file. Ubuntu is the owner. This Ubuntu is nothing but the group. Here you can define the owner as Anu, group as Ravi. Mode is nothing but permissions. 7 is for all permissions, right? For owner, for others, no permissions. For group, no permissions. For others, no permissions. -B for higher privilege. So mode is an option. You can use it along with the file module. So the advantage is that the file gets created as well as you can also define the permissions of that particular file. So right now exit to come back to the controller machine. So this command will execute only if the Anu user and Ravi group is there. So we don't have Anu user and Ravi group. So I hope you understood this is the permissions which you mode option you try it if you want to change the permissions at the time of creating the file. Next module, copy. Used for copying the files from the controller to manager node. Very simple to understand. You have a file here, controller machine, and you want to copy the file to server 1, server 2, server 3. When you want to copy the files from controller to manager nodes, copy module. I want to copy the file to all the nodes. Okay. Ansible all module is copy arguments. Which file you want to copy? Do you remember we have a file called password file in the Linux machine which will have all the users? That file I want to copy. And when you want to copy it in the manager nodes, you need to mention the location where you want to copy. I want to copy into the temporary directory. The file is copied to the manager nodes. Which location temporary directory? You can verify it. I want to go to this particular manager node to verify any machine. You can go and verify any server, either it is server 1 or server 2 or server 3. I'm going to a particular manager node. Yes. In the temporary directory, can you see we have a password file which has been available? Yes, so it has been successfully copied. Exit back to controller. So you also know how to copy a file from the controller to the manager nodes. Obviously, you don't need to remember the modules. Look at the module name, copy module. It will do that for copy of functionality of copy. The interesting module is, now for example, look at the scenario. In what scenarios generally we use copy module? We have installed Tomcat 8, right? Do you remember we have installed Tomcat 8 in server 1, server 2, server 3. I want to create a user in Tomcat. I want to create a user in Tomcat. Do you remember how to create a user in Tomcat? We have a file called tomcat-user.xml file. In Jenkins, we have learned how to create a new user in Tomcat, isn't it? So that XML file, you create it in the controller and then you can copy it into all the manager nodes. That's it. User will be created in all the Tomcat machines. Okay, look at the scenario. I want to create Tomcat users file in the controller and copy that file in the manager nodes. So happily what you do, create a file tomcat-users.xml and then create the username and password as per your requirements. Ansible all copy module source. What file you want to copy? Tomcat-users.xml file. Where exactly this file should reside? When you install Tomcat, you will be finding /etc/tomcat. Into this particular location, I want to copy that file. You can do that. Look at this. First, let's create a file. Insert mode. Done. To check whether the file is copied or not, you can go to any location. I think we don't need to verify it. No doubt it will be available. Okay. So this is about the copy module, what we have just discussed. Copy module with changing the permissions. Look at this. I'm creating a file in the controller machine. I'm creating the file in the controller machine. So you know how to create a file, cat command. I'm creating a file, writing content. When you look at the permissions of the new file, you will have read, write, read, write, read. This is the default permissions of the file. When we copy the file to the manager nodes, we have the same permissions. Copy module, the same file, when you copy it, you'll have the same permissions. If you go to manage node and check the permissions will remain the same. Now you can use copy module with changed permissions. Please look at this. Ansible all copy. I'm creating a file. This file I want to copy it into this location. I want to copy it into manager node. Owner, root, group, root, mode is for giving the permissions. First, let's create this file. Writing some content. File got created. ls-l. What file? Read, write, read, write, read. Owner of the file, Ubuntu, group, Ubuntu. So when you're using copy module, the point what you need to remember is that you can also change the permissions when you're copying the file. Yes. Then go to any manager node. Go to any of the manager node. Permissions has been changed. Actually, owner was Ubuntu, group Ubuntu. Now owner is root, group is root. And it was read, write, read, write, read. Now here you can see read, write, execute all permissions for owner. read write for a group and no permissions for this particular file according to the mode you have mentioned. So along with the copy module, you can also change the owner of the file, the group that file belongs to, and then the permissions of that particular file. You can do it along with the copy module. Okay, this is one concept. Next, fetch module. Interesting. Fetch module is opposite of copy module. You have some files here. You have a file here, you have a file here, and you have a file here. You want to get the files. You want to get the files. Fetching is nothing but go and get, isn't it? You need to get the files from server 1, server 2, server 3 to controller. Whenever you want to get the files from the servers to controller, we use fetch module. We use fetch module. Now look at this important. Fetch module is interesting. Which module I want to fetch? To show you this example. To show you this example, I should get one file. Which file I want to get? In manage node, under Tomcat 8, there's a file called server.xml file. Let's go to one manager node. This is a manager node, right? I am already in the manager node. There's a file called server.xml file. This server.xml file is available in server.xml is available in first machine, is available in second machine. All the machines server.xml. Now I want to copy that files from server 1, server 2, server 3 to controller machine. First exit to come back to controller machine. Okay. Try to understand. Ansible all fetch module. Which file you want to fetch? I want to fetch server.xml file present in /etc/tomcat8. And where do you want to get it? I want to get it into my temporary directory of the controller machine. When you run this, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. Where is that panel? Okay. Dinesh, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What happens when I run this?
It will go to that. It will connect to that controller. Manage nodes and fetch that file, and it will start to. It will copy
Temporary.
to controller temporarily.
How many servers we are having? 3 servers, manager nodes.
Yeah, three servers.
So got it. Successfully, fetch module is completed. Now go to temporary directory, because in this location, so Dinesh, how many files will be there? Server.xml file.
3 server.xml. You will get 3.
The beauty is ls. We are unable to see 3 Tarot.xml files because first point, you cannot have 3 files with the same name, isn't it? So what happens is these are the directories that gets created. When you perform fetch module, a directory is get created. The name of the directory is nothing but the private IP machine of the managed node. So the server.xml file of this particular node is present in this directory. Server.xml file of this node is present in this directory. Otherwise, how do you relate which server.xml file is related to which IP address? So isn't it? So this is the directory name. So I copy it. Server.xml file. Okay, got it? So that's the beauty. You will find 3 folders. The names of the folders are nothing but the IP addresses of the managed node, where you can get that particular file from which you have copied. That's the beauty of fetch module. So we have learned copy module, fetch module. Git module to perform Git related operations. For example, we have this GitHub repository. Yes. 1.java, 2.java, 3.java, 4.java, 5.java. I want to get this, download these files from this repository 1. I want to download the files to server 1, server 2, server 3. Whenever you want to download the files from the GitHub repository, okay, so we need to install, when you want, that is nothing but git related command you want to run it, then it is you need to install git, you need to use git module. Ansible all git repository is nothing but repository, and where you want to download, I want to download it temporary directory in my git directory, my git folder. Then go to particular manager node. Where I have copied, there's a folder called my git. Are able to get 1.java, 2.java, 3.java. So you have perform git related operations. So whenever you want to perform git related operations, git module. Okay. Service module is used for starting, stopping, and restarting the services. Ansible command to restart Tomcat 8. Whenever you want to restart a service, we have a service module, Ansible all service module arguments, name equal to Tomcat 8, state equal to restarted -b for higher privilege. So when you do this, Tomcat 8 will be restarted in all the machines. Takes some time. Yes, done. State equal to restarted, that's what we have used. If you want to restart, state equal to stopped, if you want to stop it, state equal to started if you want to start. So you can manage the services in the manager nodes using service module. Replace module, very simple. In Word document, we have replace option, right? So you can find a specific word, replace with other word. The same thing is done by replace module. Use it to replace a specific text with some other text. Use it to replace a specific text for some other text. A meaningful example to do this, to show you the replace module is, okay, we all know that Tomcat is installed in server 1, server 2, server 3. I want to go to any server. I want to go to any manager node, anyone IP address. Where is the manager node? Let's go to server, any server. Let's go to server 2. Private IP address. Let's go to server 2. Scenario to explain the replace module. In this server, Tomcat is installed. I want to go to the directory where the Tomcat 8 is installed. There's a file called server.xml file. There's a file called server.xml file. First point, we all know in which port number, the default port number of Tomcat. Tomcat runs on what port number? 8080. Where it is defined that the Tomcat should run on 8080. That is defined in server.xml file. Open the server.xml file. Scroll down. You should look for connector port. You should look for connector port here 8080. This is defined that the Tomcat is running on 8080, the default port. So where it is defined in which file? Server.xml file. Now what I want to do, I want to change the port number of Tomcat. I want to change the port number of Tomcat. By default, Tomcat runs on 8080. I want to change it to 9090 or something like that. I want to change the port number of all the manager nodes. This means if you want to change the port number, practically what you need to do, you need to go to that server.xml file and go to connector port. Wherever 8080 is there, you should replace with 9090 because I want to run it on 9090. That you can do it using the replace module. Look at this. Ansible all replace module. Regular expression is what text you want to replace. 8080. Replace keyword uses to replace which text? 9090. In which file you want to replace? I want to replace it server.xml file present in this particular path. This you should run it from the controller machine. Exit, come back to controller. When you do this, done. Now Tomcat is port number, default port number 8080, change it to 9090. Check whether Tomcat is responding on 9090. Take the public DNS. This is the public DNS, right? Public DNS colon 9090. I want to check whether Tomcat is running on 9090. Are you getting the page? You're not getting the page. Please observe here. We will not get the page because we need to restart the service. Whenever the port number is changed, you need to restart Tomcat 8. We have a service module to restart Tomcat 8. We can take public IP also. Done. Now is it working? It will take some time. It will take some time. So it works. That means Tomcat is running on what port? 9090. It's working, not on 8080. How do you do it? You have not done it manually. You have used a replace module. So operations team. This tool is used by which team? First, you need to understand. By looking at this concepts, you should understand who it is, who will be doing this. Do you think the development team will be doing this? Changing the port number? No. It's the operations team. And operations team, there are 100 servers. They cannot do it manually. So DevOps team comes into picture, and then we'll be using the controller Ansible to do the required configurations by using the right modules. Replace module, you have worked it. URI module. URI module is used to check whether URL is reachable or not. URI module is used to check URL is reachable or not. For example, Ansible all module, URI module, arguments, URL. I want to check Facebook is reachable in server 1, server 2, server 3. Reachable is nothing but is it opening or not? Is Facebook opening or not? I want to verify it. Verify it whether Facebook is reachable or not. You're getting it in green color. That means it's successful. That means yes, you are able to open that particular site from that particular manager. Okay, you should get it in green color. 1 minute. Status 200 for successful, whether the URL is successful or not. If you give an invalid URL, you get status as -1. For example, we don't have this website, right? Some website. I want to check whether this site is open from the manager node. Obviously, when site is not there, you cannot open. When you're not opening, you will not get it in green color. You get it in red color, and status you'll get it as -1. That's the status concept. You get -1 for whether if the website is not reachable. If the website is reachable, you get it in green color. You get the status as 200. That's any URL you can verify whether it's pingable or reachable using the URI module. Now you have learned all the modules, right? So you have learned copy module, replace module, service module, file module. You have done a lot of modules, right? So look at a scenario. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the requirement from the client. Client wants to install Tomcat 8 in all the, not modules, in all the manage nodes. In all the machines, Tomcat 8 needs to be installed. Next, copy users.xml file in all the managed nodes. You need to copy. Once the installation is done, you should copy the file, and you should change the port number. That was the client requirement. And then you should, once the port number is changed, to get that new port number running, you need to restart the service. And finally, we want to check whether the URL is reachable or not. Which one Tomcat URL is reachable or not. It's a series of activities. When you're using Ansible, don't think that you'll perform only one activity. You'll be performing some series of activities like this, one after the other, one after the other. For every activity, you'll be writing one module. First, let's uninstall, so that we'll start all it from scratch. Let's uninstall Tomcat 8.
What is the use of that purge equal to S? What happens if you don't write?
Purge. After uninstalling, if there are some residual files, some unnecessary files related to Tomcat, they'll be removed. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Purge.
Installing or upgrading, no need to. Restarting, no need to mention, right? But
No
purge
need to
equal
mention.
S.
Only for your uninstalling it. Okay.
Okay.
Some files will be removed. Unnecessary files related to Tomcat will be removed. Look at this. I want to install Tomcat 8. apt module. I want to copy one file, copy module. I want to change the port number, replace module, and the new port number to get activated, restart the service, and check and to check whether Tomcat is running individually on each and every machine. URI module public IP colon 9090 public IP. So like this, you should perform series activities. I don't need to show this again. We have already done this one by one. So I just want to tell you that when you get a requirement, it's not one specific. They'll not ask you just to install Tomcat. No, there'll be related actions also. So you'll be performing all these related actions, and finally your task will be completed. Okay. Yes, Dinesh.
To check whether Tomcat is running or not, then we are using a public IP, private IP colon that 1990 port number, 8080 or 1990 port number, right?
Not private IP. I'm using public IP. We should use public IP.
Okay, no, above that, above that number. Here,
Where?
no. See, after installing all the things, you'll be checking, right? See, down, 3 lines down. So you check Tomcat is running individually on all source. You check. Yeah.
These are public IP addresses.
Okay, we can use, instead of going to the Ansible URL, you can use colon 1990 something like that. Won't work.
Where you want to use colon. Now, generally, manually, how do you check whether the Tomcat is running or not? You'll use public IP.
Public IP colon that port number.
That's it. That's how you need to verify it. Isn't it?
So that is also manual process only, right? We are not going to.
For
Here
that,
also
you
we
are
are
using
checking.
URI module. If
Yeah,
this
one by one
responding
only.
in green, one by one.
No, Sunil, we are
One
by one only we are
URI.
checking, right? Then
One by one, you
if you
need
are
to
having,
write.
so if you are having some 100 servers, then
Then we need
it's
to
a
go for
manual process
playbooks.
only, right?
Then we need to go for
Okay.
playbooks. That's the concept. Now I have reached to this example. I have reached to the example just to show you that okay, there are if you want to check whether the Tomcat is installed or not in 3 machines, you'll get 3 URI module. You'll use it. With the 100 machines, you should write 100 commands, isn't it, Dinesh?
Okay.
To
Yes.
overcome that problem, we have playbooks. Okay.
Only for URI we need to do
Not
repeat
only
the
for
process.
URI, URI playbooks is having a lot of advantages. One scenario is definitely URI module. You can use it in playbooks to reduce your task. Okay.
Now remaining that copy module, fetch module, and all can be used, right? If you want to install in 100 also. If you want to
Yeah,
copy or fetch from
for
100.
that you do. Yeah, you can do that.
Only for URI we
That's
need,
one
it's a
type.
manual process. Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Copy module, you're not running 3 times. You are using 1 time. It is
Yeah.
running on auto. But this is URI to check it, right? To check it
Yeah.
on one machine.
Okay.
So, so we had now understanding about all these modules. And then we are now configuring the managing nodes. But more powerful way of configurations is done by using playbooks. Okay, so this is about modules. Please complete all the modules task. Tomorrow we'll start playbooks, and we'll also experience how can we do configurations in playbook. Playbooks can be done more. Playbook is more powerful way of doing configurations. Okay, so first complete all these modules tasks so that tomorrow we'll start playbooks. Okay, thank you. Vikas, any
Yes, Sunil.
questions?
Yes, Sunil, one question.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
scroll down to the last?
Okay, 1 minute.
So when we are checking the URI on the manage node 1, will be getting the 3 output, 1 in the yellow and 2 in the red?
No. When
Why?
you have
I mean,
tried this, no.
okay.
1 minute. Look at the Facebook example. This we have tried it, isn't it?
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Not Tom. Yes. This URI module is working on all the machines that use the Google Al, isn't it?
Yes.
So you are able to respond. You are able to check. Okay, Facebook is opening in server 1, server 2, server 3.
Okay.
Now here the IP addresses. Hello.
Yes. Yes, Sunil.
Okay, so here when it is all,
Mm-hmm.
you need to take the port number. You need to check the URL. You need to do it individually. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You have to do it individually because it is not a website where you can do it to common. It needs to have the public IP. How do you pass the public IP to the modules? So it is not possible. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the concept.
Okay. Thanks, Sunil.
Okay. Thank you all. Okay. And please complete this
So,
configuration. Yes.
even for deploying also we'll be using Ansible. Like we in Jenkins we deployed into production and QA, right?
No.
Okay.
Only
Only
for
for
configurations.
okay. For deploying we need to do using Jenkins only, right?
Jenkins. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So
Sunil, I have one doubt actually.
Yes, Asif.
It's not related to this. It's related to actually I have configured Jenkins in one server, dev server. Tomcat I have installed in QA server, but while getting connecting with GitHub now, that time I'm not able to get that all the created sample project in that GitHub repository. But while executing, I'm getting timeout error. So
Send me that error screenshot, Asif.
error screenshot.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll send.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Bye bye.
Thank you, Sunil. Bye.